spaghetti sauce or marinara sauce cooking. I have been heating up the pan. Spray it with the non-fat spray. I have diced up a small amount of onion and green pepper so that altogether it doesn't equal a half a cup diced up. I'm going to simmer fry the vegetable with a little bit of garlic. And I continue my dangerous knocking things over streak from, I think, my last videos. So I've got the onion and green pepper in there. Now I'm going to press some garlic into it. I thought it was. It's usually not this hard. There we go. I think the piece was a little big. So I've got some fresh garlic, onions and green peppers, stirring them around here, and I'm going to simmer fry these. So as soon as that dries up, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Don't want to burn anything here. Of course, the fresh garlic doesn't burn like the powdered garlic does when you try to do the dry fry here. Right, a little bit of water. So I want these vegetables to get just a little soft before I add the tomatoes. What I have then is about 1.25 cups of diced tomatoes. Just plain diced tomatoes, don't have anything added to them because you're going to add stuff yourself. So when a little bit of this water evaporates, I'm going to add a splash of a dry red wine. This is a Merlot. It was just hanging about from when someone was over and drank some wine. Because I don't drink wine very often. I will add a splash of wine and simmer it another few minutes. Then I will add the tomatoes, and I will add a few sprinkles of oregano, a few sprinkles of basil, and 1 or 2 bay leaves, which I will take out when it's done cooking. And then I will let it simmer for 30 minutes or so. If I need to, I'll add water if it looks like it's gotten dry. I have found that using the diced tomatoes, I don't need to use tomato sauce or tomato paste, so this is a good consistency for what I use it for. At the very end, when it's all done cooking off the burner, I throw in a packet of NutraSweet. So that's been simmering for just a few minutes. Now the splash of red wine. And love the smell of the onions and wine together. It reminds me of just a smell growing up when my dad was cooking in the kitchen. Sometimes I add diced mushrooms. Sometimes I will add some of the vocal crumbles if I want to make it like a meat sauce. But of late, I've just been using onion, green peppers, garlic, the wine, and the tomatoes and the spices, but not adding any protein or anything because I'm usually using this on a protein. And then cooking it for a good 30 minutes at a low temperature to get your tomatoes cooked. And this is something that you'll see me use in some of the mini meals, and I'm going to have a recipe soon. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, of pizza pockets, and I'm going to use this sauce. So, garlic, wine, onions, awesome. Okay, adding the tomatoes. Now I'll let it come to a boil, near boil, very fast simmer, before I turn it down. But I'm going to stir the tomatoes into the vegetables and the wine and the garlic. Get it stirred in there good, because you knew the vegetables would be on the bottom. Now, oregano. See? Maybe, oh yeah, probably a teaspoon. Usually I just pour it straight in there. I've never really poured it in my hand before to see. So maybe a teaspoon of oregano and a half a teaspoon of basil, because the oregano flakes are bigger, that's why. And then either 1 big bay leaf or 2 small ones. So there's a nice big one. Right, so you want to get that in there. Those are my Italian spices: oregano, garlic, basil, and bay leaf. Oops. And I'm going to stir them in there well, and it's about ready to boil. So it will thicken some. If it thickens too much, just add water. Never be afraid to add water. Right. And then you leave this on your stove simmering for about 30 minutes, and your house will be filled with a smell, good smell of spaghetti sauce cooking. Right, it's boiling, you know, it's popping. So I'm going to turn it down to, like, on my stove it's a 3, but that would be a high, low, or low, medium. And I'll watch it and make sure it doesn't keep, you know, boiling so heavy. I might have to turn it down further. So that's the way the sauce is made, and I'm going to cook it for about 30 minutes and see if we can get a look at it after it's cooked. And don't forget, at the very end when it's off the burners, when you stir and take out the bay leaf, stir in the sweetener if you choose, or a little bit of real sugar if you like. Okay, the sauce is done, and so am I. I've had it with cooking today. I'm ready to have a Didi sour. Okay. So the sauce got a little bit thick. It looks good. I am looking for my bay leaf. I just saw it down there on the bottom. I did end up turning my sauce down more after I turned the video camera off. It was boiling too heavy. So out with the bay leaf. In with the little bit of sweetener. Stir that up, and this could be the end of it. You could. This will be great over, well, some pasta. But I don't eat a lot of pasta. Pasta and lots of vegetables would be good. But sometimes, you know, it's chunky now. It's chunks of tomato, and it's chunks of red and chunks of green pepper and onion. So what I want to do, I think, is bring the camera over here and then focus it on the food and not on me, and so you can see what the sauce looks like. And then I use this gadget that I got a long time ago, which is going to puree the sauce. So I'll put that in there, and it'll make the sauce smooth. And then I will save it. I'll probably pour it in here, and then I'll use it for certain recipes along the way. So I'm going to move the camera over here, so be prepared for a bumpy ride or some stopping and starting with the camera. And I'm going to have actually myself kind of go off camera and just focus on the food. Okay, I think that's a good shot at the food, or at the sauce. And now this may be very loud, I apologize, but I just put this in here, and it doesn't, I mean, I need something different, but to watch that it doesn't. The last thing we want is red sauce all over the stove and the counter. So this is just gonna, it's gonna puree it. Get the idea, and it's a little, the darker red is because we cooked it and because we put the red wine in it. So this small pan of sauce has about 100 calories in it, and I use it for many different things, which you will see on the website.